Welcome to Good News. So, what's been happening? BBC Breakfast interviewed the expert who fixed Boris Johnson's laptop.
I mean, it was teeming with filth.
And what was his response?
Yes. And that was a good thing.
Here's a question for you. Does anyone else find this reporter really scary?
If you keep watching me for the next minute or so, you'll find out the results.
I don't want to know the results. Hey, don't you just love it when the news captures a baby having a tantrum?
But is this a blip or a breakthrough?
And finally, over on Newsnight, Jeremy Paxman said vagina.
Vagina.
Cheers, Jeremy. Now, the big crime news was definitely this.
3 young women who went missing in the American state of Ohio around a decade ago have turned up safe. They were all found in a house in Cleveland after a neighbour heard screams.
Did you see the interview on the news with the neighbour? He is amazing. Listen to his description of the moment he found the girls.
Bro, I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something was wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Thank you very much for your time. And
Either she homeless or she got problems. That's homeless.
Charles, thank you for being here, man.
From dead giveaways to the end of an era.
Sir Alex Ferguson has announced his retirement.
Sir Alex Ferguson is to retire.
His retirement has sent shockwaves through the world of football.
For almost 3 decades,
1,500 games.
trophy after trophy.
The most successful manager in English football history.
Frank Foot, he's going.
Not a fan. So, what was the secret to Fergie's success? Well, fair to say, he had a bit of a temper.
David Beckham was once hit by a flying boot which his manager had furiously kicked across the dressing room.
It was a graze.
That's nothing. He shouted at Ryan Giggs for so long he gave him a...
Liquid ass.
And look what he did to the youth team. Mind you, he wasn't always harsh to his players. He was clearly a huge fan of Dion Dublin. When asked if the rumours of Dion Dublin having an unfeasibly big penis were true, Ferguson replied, "Not just big, it's magnificent." Christ, it was like a fucking Toblerone. Unlucky, it was so big I once brought it on as a substitute by mistake. Had a good game, although ironically it lacked penetration in the box. But Christ, could it dribble? Oh! Now, aside from Fergie's obsession with Dion's wang, he was famous for the phrase, the hairdryer treatment. Basically, he'd shout at players so much, his breath felt like a hairdryer. My mum, God bless her, genuinely thought the hairdryer treatment meant Alex Ferguson did this.
What the fuck was that? You call that a fucking performance? It's the worst I've seen in my life, you fucking film. Can't believe it. What did they pay you for?
Jesus, Dion, put it away. Once Fergie had left, there was only one question. Who would succeed him?
Rumour is already rife over who will replace him.
David Moyes.
Jose Mourinho.
Moyes.
Mourinho.
Moyes.
Moyes.
Mourinho.
Gandalf.
Oddly, they didn't go with Gandalf. They went with Gollum. From football to huge film news.
Now, in a significant boost to the British film industry, the latest instalment of the Star Wars franchise will be made here in the UK.
They're making Star Wars in the UK. Please set it in Bristol. Please.
Vader, get I some hubba-bubba. Luke, I am your father. I'll prove it. Let's go on Jeremy Cullen.
Or an Essex. How great would that be?
What's wrong, Yoda? Upset I am. The jazzle they have given me.
Guys, I hope they don't go around dressed in character. If C-3PO walks the street, some fucker will send him to cash for gold. There'll be gangs in London. What happened to R2-D2? We traded him in at cash converters. And now we got us a juicer. It's a really good way of getting your 5 a day. Oh, it's the silliest joke I've ever done. Now, I may be excited, but fair to say, die-hard American fans, a little bit annoyed.
These sons of bitches, they're gonna fucking shitty the entire fucking franchise! I can't believe they're doing this shit to me!
Jabba go shit it, no joke. Mind you, that's not my favourite tantrum of the week. Oh, yes! From Star Wars to period dramas, did you hear about this? Downton Abbey will feature a black character for the first time in its new series. I've actually got hold of a sneak preview.
Ladies, there's a new man arriving in Downton Abbey.
Oh!
It says here his name is Dion Dublin.
From Downton Abbey to an insane new gun.
Anti-gun campaigners in America have criticised a project that's managed to produce a plastic weapon using a 3D printer. The handgun has been successfully test-fired, and its creators say they plan to make the blueprints available online.
There's now technology in America where you can print a gun. It's going to change the shooting range, isn't it? AK-47, you? Hewlett-Packard. People are worried it's going to lead to a spate of killings. I don't know, most of us are shit with technology. Right, I'm going to kill you. Control P. Control P. Mom! Mom, what's the syntax error? I have loaded the toner, Mom. You're a dead man just as soon as I call the helpline. Or even worse, what if you're dyslexic? I'm going to shoot you with my... Oh, bollocks, I've printed a nun. Let's be honest, though, we're not going to print guns, are we? Most of us still struggle with basic things like Skype. It's true. Have a look at this lady sending a Christmas message to her family.
Are you ready to jingle your bells? Let's do this.
Stroke my, lick my, suck my cock.
It's incredible. Isn't it? Because you start watching it and you're like, oh God, something bad's going to happen. Oh no, she just played the filthiest song ever to her parents. I love it, and it's even better the second time.
Stroke my, lick my, suck my.
Elsewhere this week, did you see this brilliant story? Have a look at why a shop up north has had to stop selling peanuts.
The supermarket chain in the north of England has withdrawn bags of peanuts from sale because they contain nuts.
That's right! They've withdrawn nuts because they didn't have a sign on them that said, may contain nuts. How thick do they think people are? Oh, peanuts. I wonder what's in there. Maybe it's a bicycle. Or maybe it's a hover pig. I'd love a hover pig. Hovering above me like a pig. Also, aren't they missing the obvious? People with nut allergies probably not going to eat fucking nuts. My brother's got epilepsy. He very rarely goes, oi, Russ, pass me that strobe light. It's not peanuts you need to warn people about, it's Christmas songs. It's Look, a story about nut allergies has got nothing on this. Have you heard about Victoria Beckham's beauty regime?
Women have tried many things in the search for eternal beauty. Victoria Beckham is said to be a fan of the bird poop facial, which uses nightingale excrement as an exfoliant.
She lets birds poo on her! Christ, no wonder she doesn't smile. How weird is that? Beckham's out playing footy, she's in the garden covered in bread, just...
Shit on me, my pretty!
Mind you, this treatment isn't for everyone, especially if you struggle around birds.
At the show.
Not that Posh's scat obsession was my favourite celebrity story. God bless the Sun newspaper. The Guardian, the Telegraph, they were asking things like, should we leave the EU? Should we intervene in Syria? The Sun, they were asking the question on everyone's mind. Is this 1939 photo proof that Jay-Z can travel through time? We were all thinking it, you be the judge. Now... say no. That is not Jay-Z. That is clearly a man in the past that happens to look a bit like Jay-Z. So you're probably thinking they left it at that. Oh no! The next day, they printed a load of other celebrities they reckon can travel through time. Justin Timberlake. Rupert Grint. Keith Richards. And my personal favourite, Borat. They look at that. They had Borat as fucking Stalin. I saw some mad relationship stories in the news. Over in Japan, have you heard about Love Your Wife Day?
These men in Japan have been expressing their love very publicly. The shouting is all part of Love Your Wife Day, an annual event which sees 12 men taking to a stage in a public car park and declaring their love for their other half.
That's not love. They look like they're trying to shit out a hedgehog. Also, showing your love in a public car park, I'm pretty sure that's dogging. Isn't that dogging? Apparently it's quite a big thing in Japan. People in the street cheer, oh, isn't that lovely, loves his wife, yeah. Imagine that in England. It'd be very, very different. I love my wife!
Bit gay.
From loving your wife to accidentally shooting her in the face. Did you, stay with me, did you hear this?
A woman in Brazil has survived being shot in the mouth with a harpoon by her husband. Elise Angela Rosa's partner was cleaning his spear when it fired, apparently accidentally. The harpoon pierced through her mouth and the top of her spine. Doctors say it came within 1 centimetre of killing her.
Holy shit! He accidentally shot his wife in the mouth with a harpoon. She will never have to lift a finger again. Oh, you don't want to clean the dishes? You shot me in the face with a harpoon! What I want to know, who the fuck cleans their harpoon like this? Left a bit. Left a bit, Sandra. Now, open your mouth, open your mouth. Oh, what have I done? I'll shot you in the face. Look at me hole in your mouth. Still, she got her own back. A spear in the mouth is nothing. Look what she did to his dick. Now, incredibly, that isn't the most shocking relationship story from Brazil. Prepare yourself. This is insane. Have a look at how a woman tried to kill her husband.
The Brazilian man says his wife tried to kill her by putting poison in her vagina.
She tried to poison her what?
Vagina.
Cheers, Jeremy. Did you see how she tried to kill him? She invited him to have oral sex with her. Invited.
Yes, sir.
We request the pleasure of your company in an evening we're calling Death by Minge. In all she was like this.
A little bit of Fanny. No. Why no? Because it's fucking hissing.
I love this bit. I look at this, right? He realised something was wrong when he noticed a strange odour coming from his wife's motorbike. That and the fact it was green.
Jesus, I'm not being funny, love. It looks like Yoda's ear.
Now, as you can imagine, people on the internet went crazy. Check out this guy.
You realise that this man, he never gonna be pussy again in his life. It's over for him with the pussy. He's not gonna eat it. He may turn gay.
Such an overreaction. That one's green. I turn my back on your entire people. Now, this is the part of the show I genuinely don't know anything about. There's going to be a mystery guest who's been in the news, and I have to figure out who that person is. So please welcome my mystery guest. Nice to meet you. Well, what was your name?
Anthony.
Anthony, excellent. Well, this is very complicated. There's ballet, there's jive records, and you're dressed as a soldier.
That's correct.
And a wolf whistle. Great.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely. Nice to have you in, fellas. So, has it got anything to do with ballet? You
Not
don't
ballet.
strike me as a ballerina.
Not ballet, no.
So, why have we got ballet shoes? Is that someone you beat up and you nick their goods? So, has it got something to do with dance?
It has got something to do with dance, yes.
Are you a wonderful dancer?
I am a dancer, yes.
Oh, lovely stuff. What kind of stuff?
Modern jive.
You're a modern jiver. But what's the connection with the army? Because is that a new way of bedazzling the enemy? Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? It would really work. No, imagine that. So let's imagine we're going to the camera. That's the enemy there is the camera. You do a little dance.
All right, sir.
Dance at the enemy.
Okay, so do a little shimmy.
Yeah. Go. Bang! So why have you been in the news exactly?
Okay, obviously, as you can tell, I am in the army. Basically, I've taken some time out of normal service to go compete at the European Modern Jive Champs, where I managed to secure 2 silver medals.
Get in! So, can anyone learn to jive dance? Could I become a jive dancer?
I'm going to teach you 3 to 4 moves of modern jive, and we're going to put them into a little routine, and you're going to dance to a song in front of this lovely crowd.
I'm not going to lie, I've seen myself in the mirror and I look like an Amish Ollie Nurse. So what are we going to do?
So today we're going to teach you some modern jive, and then we're going to teach you something called a drop. Okay? First thing we need to loosen you off before we go. So with dancing, it's all about the hips and showing off your body. First of all, stick your chest out a bit, head up high. What I want you to do then is wiggle your hips.
So you've got to wiggle your hips.
If you push your heel down, if you put your foot slightly forward, that'll push your ass out. Alright? From here, you're going to practice moving in a circular motion, like so. So as we're going round.
Oh, yeah!
You try? Come on. So wiggle. Come on. All the way up.
That was amazing. Your ass was supersonic.
Thanks.
It's like, honestly, I felt like the sun and my favourite planet was just going around. Should we assume I've done a Uranus gag? Let's assume.
Right, next you're going to focus on your arms, okay? I want to see arms up. If you pretend you're holding an egg, all right? It's instant styling.
Really?
Yeah, hold an egg and put it up. Move your fingers out. That's it. So as you put an arm out, okay, it's instant
Very
styling.
different if you're holding a chicken, isn't it? Right?
Last but not least, obviously facial expressions. I want you to give a bit of, I'm better than you, a bit of arrogance, right? So, Okay, so...
See the size of his egg?
Okay. Because I've seen you dance before,
Yes.
I've brought with me a couple of my dance partners with me this evening to help you out.
Lovely.
So I'd like you to give a big round of applause from Sir Rock, South Wales. Got Lindsay Shivers and Amy Bonny.
Hello. Awesome.
The first move, okay, it's the side to side.
Right, lovely.
So you're going to push the lady away from you. To step back. Nicely. Nicely, Russ.
Sorry.
So you're gently going to push the lady away from you, stepping out.
Okay, so like that.
I want you to bring your elbow to the lady's elbow and face the audience, remembering that egg for poise.
There.
Get your egg out. That is the first move.
Okay.
But this is the end move, okay? It's called the snake. It looks like this.
Don't tell me go with that.
The way we go into that, okay, so we're left to right.
Yep.
And all you're going to do is with your left leg, you're going to take her down and rest her on your knee.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Now from here, all you've got to do is let go and let the ladies do their thing.
Okay. I'm going.
Okay, she's going. Here she goes.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so, are you ready, Russell?
Born ready.
Okay, so let's cue music. Okay, so start to get into the rhythm. Stack. And in. Cross across. And in. Away. And in. Away. Back across. Spin. The lady.
True spin.
Spin.
Oh, sorry.
Takes some arrogant walks around your partner. Get back to the starting position.
All right.
Arrogance, come on.
Arrogant.
And in. Away. In. Away. Pass across. In. Away. Return the lady. Get ready for the snake.
Snake.
Head round.
I know this bit. I got you.
Just leave the floor. Come on.
Well done. Awesome. Come on, up we go. That was amazing. I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, please get up for my amazing mystery guest! What else has been going on? Well, over in Argentina, one bloke had a bit of a mix-up.
Pet buyer in Argentina thought he was getting a pair of pricey poodles, thought he was getting a bargain. What he actually got were ferrets pumped up on steroids and then groomed to look like pricey pooches.
That's right. He went to buy some poodles and got ferrets pumped up on steroids. What an idiot. Have a look at it again. How? How did he think that was a poodle? Looks like an old dinner lady's bush. Staying in South America, have you seen the latest craze hitting the streets of Mexico?
This is the furry movement, and it's sweeping northern Mexico. Converts design their own animal costumes, often based on cartoon characters, and then go out and about.
What a bunch of dicks! Look at me! I'm an otter! Just be comfy in your own skin. Don't see gibbons. Oh, I'd love to dress like an estate agent. Just don't get it. I mean, look at this bloke.
Adrian Diaz, who dresses as a fox, is just one of the 86 furries in the Mexican city of Monterrey. He explains that although the movement is growing, some people just still look at him strangely.
Because you're dressed as a fox! What I don't get, why would you want to be a fox? If you want to be a creature that eats from a bin and shags in hedges, just go on Jeremy Kyle. Now, to be honest, I hate this story so much, but that's because for a while, I was a furry, but, oh, funny, yeah, real funny, yeah. Oh, Big Daddy laugh. But I had an incident that made me stop forever. No! I'm a human!
Oh, I got myself a talker!
I'm a human! you see what I got the next day?
Liquid ass.
Now, the tragic events in Boston last month wrecked lives, but this is the story of one woman's inspirational approach to recovery.
I have been dancing my entire life. It's hard to describe how much I love dancing. It's a feeling I get that is unlike any other. I feel like I'm flying when I dance. On April 15th, I was at the Boston Marathon walking around with my husband. He had just come home from Afghanistan, and we were just out enjoying the sunshine. It was a beautiful Boston day. All of a sudden, the bomb went off, probably about 4 feet away from where we were standing. We landed on the ground, and I thought, I think I'm going to be okay. I'm not in any pain. And then I tried to move my leg, and I couldn't. I remember the smell, and I remember the smoke, and thinking that I was gonna die. It was awful. I wanted my family so badly, and that's what I just kept thinking of.
We were there the minute she woke up. Adrienne came out of surgery, and I had to tell her that her foot was no longer there, knowing that would be very painful for her because of dance.
I am incredibly nervous to do the prosthetic, and I know I'm going to start out and have some very humbling moments getting used to it, but I absolutely will dance again.
I find my optimism because I feel like you have two choices. You could either be the one sitting and eating potato chips and not having friends and not talking to people and being sorry for yourself, or you can say, you know what, this is who I am now. I wouldn't let one of my students come to me and say, this happened to me. I wouldn't let them say that their life was over. I'm hopeful for the future and hopeful to dance again.
Lovely, yeah? Thanks very much for watching the news. Good night, my friends. Good night.
And there's more brand new funny next Tuesday at 10 as Grimmy returns with more celeb panellists making fools of themselves in the nicest way possible, making a big deal about the little things in life. Don't miss Sweat the Small Stuff, and EastEnders is coming next.